What's up, boys and girls? Welcome to the BFFs YouTube channel. Make sure you guys tap the bell, subscribe, like the video, and comment down below.
All right, BFFs, we are in Miami, back together. We're going to be here this week, and we're going to be here again next week because I think all of us are here for the Logan Paul Mayweather fight.
Yep.
And then we're going to go back for all the TikTok fights. And we got a bunch of guests lined up. Always good when we're together. So we'll go through topics right now. First thing, Barstool 500 recap, which we did.
Wait, I need to give a formal fuck you guys for last week's episode. What was that? I leave for one episode, just roast Brianna's whole entire existence.
Well, I mean, you were wearing
flexing.
like your
okay,
friend
it was a
wearing
birthday trip. It was a birthday trip for me.
I've been doing this for 20 years.
Birthday trip for me, she made the shirt.
You actually saw me walk out of that gym. So we did, I was the Dana White of Jake Paul versus Woodley, which was crazy. I didn't really know why I was, it's like they called me last minute, like, can you do it? I'm like, what am I going to this gym for? Like, you're gonna be the Dana White guy. It's like, that can't be possible. I was the Dana White guy. It was just me and them in the ring. No one told me what to do. So it was awkward silence. I started talking, whatever. The point of the story, everyone was coming up, like Jorge Masvidal, who I'm a huge fan of, game bred fighter. Like, I'm FaceTime with him. He gives me steaks. He's like, I want you to just come over, no cameras, just smoke with me. I'm like, I'm in. So we walk out. I'm like, you know what?
Monster Hit Club?
Monster Hits Club, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sometimes I forget. We've been doing it for so long, and you've blown so fast. Like, it's crazy when people like that are like, we're fans of yours. Having said that, Brianna, who's been in this game for a cup of coffee, I have never had anybody wear a shirt that says, I'm with Prez.
She made
pointing
it.
at me.
She made it. I didn't say make the fucking shirt.
How did I see it?
What do you mean? How did you see? Well, yeah, but
How
she
did I
made
see it?
Okay,
It
it was a birthday trip.
Go on social media.
Yeah, because it's
Like
funny.
big dick chicken fries
Oh
over
my
here.
god.
Like you got the
You
DeMello's
too.
being
Flexing
like,
in a private jet, trying to say that she's all that.
No, I didn't.
and by the way, early Dave would have like scoffed so hard when it's like, hey, I'm going to Miami. It's like, all right, well, we got podcasts, so like, you're
I
not
said I
going-
would cancel.
Yeah, but it was like a gratuitous. I let you
No,
do
no,
that.
It was
no.
one of those, like, I'm gonna put it out there so they say no, and then
No, I
did
texted
everything
Kareem. I was like,
could.
I'll cancel everything. He's like, no, I'll talk to Dave. It's fine. I'm
Yeah,
like,
people
okay.
are like, she doesn't want to do it, this, that, the other thing. So we let you have your thing, and now you come at us.
And then she
we
goes,
give you
yeah,
free
attacks
weekend.
us on TikTok.
Wait,
and
he
gets all her
cancels.
fans.
You cancel a pod 30 minutes before. We don't roast Josh.
Which one was
Which
that?
one was that?
A couple pods ago, when you 30 minutes before canceled on us. Yeah.
That's true.
It's very
He was
true.
going through some
And that was
personal
fine. That was
stuff.
fine for
Yeah,
Josh.
I wasn't on a private jet though.
Yeah,
I was
whatever.
in my bed.
Whatever.
20 years. I never missed the bell. Bell rings, I'm here. That's why we got in that fight one time with Kareem.
That's true.
I was
That
like,
is true.
where is Josh?
True.
All right, so we all have everything. So the party, the MGK party. I can't remember. You weren't there, right?
No.
No, so I was the only one there.
It seemed sick.
6,000
Right?
people.
Yeah.
I think probably the most.
I went to some random person's basement in Indiana, by the way, and just started playing Pong.
Griffin's like.
Don't know where I went. Don't know who.
I
who
big
it
time
was.
Griffin.
It was crazy.
Did Griffin tell you I big timed him?
No.
I didn't do it on purpose. But, and I'm sure you've been in this situation. We're walking, we came in a little late, we're walking to like our basically table, and we're probably like 20 yards away, and people are yelling my name.
Right,
I heard
right.
someone be like, hey,
You're so famous.
Hey,
They
Prez,
must-
hey, Dave. I didn't turn around, I just like already started doing that. By the time I was completing the motion coming back, I'm like, that was Griffin. So it was
Oh,
like,
no.
when I was already
Just waved off.
yeah, like I already waved, didn't pay, and I was already moving. He came over later. He's like, "You big time me." I'm like, "I totally did. I didn't know how to do it." And shout out, by the way, I saw you. I wasn't joshing about no pun intended that fried chicken, right? So good. Holly Hawk
So-
getting a ton of publicity.
Pulled
but
a little review. Didn't know I had a girl like with us doing it. Took a huge bite out of her hair when I was like, it
No
got like
shit.
caught in the chicken.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that
Yeah.
became every comment.
I loved that chicken. It
was great.
So the concert was great. Machine Gun Kelly did pizza review with him. I'm not quite sure this BFs. He was great. He actually did the gut you had on me. Like stole my phone. That did pretty well for me on TikTok. Like I dropped it. And then Megan Fox.
They're married?
Megan Fox actually got the biggest ovation. People are like obsessed with her.
Well, it's Megan Fox.
Sylvana was obsessed with her. Like
Megan
I thought
Fox.
Megan Fox was jumping. I thought Sylvana was jumping under the railing to get at her. Like obsessed with her.
I'm pretty sure most guys would like cut off their left
It wasn't just
testicles.
guys. It was girls. Girls were almost more into her than guys.
Guys or girls would cut off their left
Guys probably
testicle
more
to get a
intimidated, but
conversation
girls
with
want to
Megan
talk to her.
Fox.
Yeah. So overall, great event. I think did Dave ask? What? Did Dave ask about tongue picture? What does that mean?
Oh, how you and your girl did the little licking each other's tongues.
I asked him about that.
Super sexy.
We debated trying to recreate that because it go viral.
You and MGK together?
No, me and Silvana doing that would have been funny because Silvana can actually do like a side angle where it looks a little bit like her. And I asked MGK, I'm like, the black tongue, how'd you do it? And he said he had a makeup artist just following him around the whole night, which is nuts.
That's
What, just
crazy.
reapplying paint?
Yeah,
He's an interesting cat. He was very good, great live performance. So overall, that went well. Now into more TikTok news, which I think most people come for this show for. Sienna May, Jack Wright, lots of stuff going on. I got 3 asterisks here that I guess are directed at me and to a lesser extent you. I feel like if you're underage, which you are, anybody can say anything. Yeah. I can't, but tell me what's going on. Now, Jack Wright is the smiley guy.
Yes.
That's how I know him.
Actually, both of them are super smiley.
Super smiley.
The smiley
I've
couple.
never not seen them smiling.
Now, we've had Sienna May on the show. I'm a fan.
Yep.
You guys told me she's uncancelable. That's was her thing.
She was unproblematic, yeah.
And now
it wasn't uncancelable.
Unproblematic.
Unproblematic.
So she's being very problematic now. So explain to me what's going on.
Okay, so Sienna
Explain
May.
to me like I'm an idiot. Michael Scott. That should be whenever I do this, like the Michael Scott office. Explain to me like I'm 4 years old. Like that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, that's where you're at. Okay, so Sienna May, Jack Wright, they were dating, but they never like officially said.
We talked about this on the show, and she was like, wink, wink, nod, nod.
Yeah.
Why put a label
We're
on
friends, then tried to put the whole like you and Ness, same thing.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
But they post videos making out on top of each other all the time.
Like literally the most like you remember the gave her head at the red light or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they filmed the video and it was like she gave me top at the red light. And
they
then
couldn't be
Jack
more touchy.
With the red light on him, and then Sienna just like came up from.
I mean, how old are these kids?
I mean,
Sienna's
she was
17,
16 at the time.
16, Jack's 18.
She just turned 17.
That to me is more well, all right, fine. So they're talking about a little, as the kids say, fellatio.
Yeah.
Go.
And they both unfollowed each other on Instagram, so everyone was kind of like speculating what happened, like last week, a week and a half ago.
Big unfollow.
Yeah, big unfollow. Everyone checks that. So everyone's freaking out, like what happened with them, and neither of them are talking about it. No one posted anything.
Yep.
And then the brother, what is his name? James, Wright?
We'll call him Smiley number 2.
Smiley number 2.
Older or younger?
He's older.
Twins.
The older Smiley.
They're twins, yeah.
Okay.
How old are these kids?
They are 18.
18, okay.
Yeah. So the brother,
Legal consent.
was talking a lot of shit on comments, like kind of insinuating things, being like it's normal not to have feelings, because Jack posted this video, people who don't lie and respect boundaries, obviously, about Sienna, but nobody really knew what was going on. And then Jack's friend comes out of the woodworks and he posts a tweet, like a screenshot of his notes, saying that Sienna May told Jack to kill himself and sexually assaulted him. So that's kind of how it all came
Who's the friend?
about. Just like a random friend, not on social media, his friend from like high school.
So how do we know this was said?
It's right here.
It's right here. So
this is the tweet.
He says, I struggle with seeing a girl getting praised after telling my best friend to kill himself and sexually assaulting him numerous times after he set boundaries and then repeatedly wondered why he doesn't like you back. She also has a history of verbally abusing people in high school and in LA. She prioritizes the growth of her platform rather than the positive message she represents herself as. Followers should not be an excuse to get away with abusive behavior. You guys all deserve to know the truth about her.
So that tweet came out, and then
That's
people
a fucking mic drop.
Came out of the woodworks, saying that she was a bully in high school, called people fat, posted a video of her saying the N-word, all of that shit. So she was like completely.
That just came out?
Yeah.
All of it,
Yeah, all of it. Once
said the N-word?
Sang it in a song like you did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to throw stones at glass houses.
Yeah, no, but people freak out about that on TikTok.
For sure.
Yep.
And all of that came out, and then she came out with an apology video saying, this is all bullshit, this is fake, like all of this is not true, I'm contacting my lawyers.
So I'm reading Sienna's initial response to the video? No,
To that. To the
right,
tweet.
but this is what you're saying she responded with?
Then she came out with another video.
Okay, so the original is from Sienna. Friends fight and relationships sometimes change, but allegations of a criminal act are not to be thrown around loosely. Making an untrue sexual assault claim is never okay. I'm beyond saddened by this situation. In order for us all to move forward, I'll be taking this offline with Jack. It should always be with Smiley Jack. Thank you to everyone who's reached out with loving concern. Jack and Jay's friends, delete the information, handle it off social media. Okay. And is there a video we're going to see or not?
Yeah, well then, so she posted her apology video. Everyone kind of took her side because they were like, it's a lie. And then bad video came out of her this is the video that came out.
Okay, let's see it.
Online, we touched each other, kissed each other, we were playful. Jack kissed me and I kissed him. Within the boundaries of our relationship, this was normal. I'm now going to break down the video and show it to you.
This video is from November 30th, 2020.
Okay.
As you can clearly see, that is Sienna and that is Jack passed out on the couch, unconscious. This is the first time I met Sienna and I did not know that they had a fake relationship. This is me in the white hat. I was taking care of Jack while he was unconscious on the couch. Sienna then hops on top of him and I didn't think nothing of it. I started hearing kissing noises and I peeked over my shoulder and it was exactly that. I was so thrown off guard that I had to leave the situation. Whatever their relationship was at the time, obviously this was not right. So I went back and took Sienna off of Jack. Not to mention when I got closer, I noticed her right hand inappropriately touching his crotch. She was shocked that I pulled her off and she kept trying to justify what she had just done. I talked to James and Jack the next day about the situation.
The way that Jack's friend narrated this video, I admit, looks so weird and looks just like real. But like my last video where I showed comments that were resurfacing and then provided a backstory, not everything is how you see on social media. This is a breakdown of the video. The clip of me kissing Jack, he is also kissing me. I was looking at him face to face. He was kissing me back. Lachlan claims that he was unconscious. If he was unconscious, why did his arm move when you got up? And also, why was he kissing me back? You claim in your video that you hear kissing noises.
I started hearing kissing noises and I peeked over my shoulder and it was exactly that.
We were kissing. Lachlan also claims that my hand is on Jack's crotch. While it is not, my hand is very visibly on Jack's thigh, upper thigh. This video was very strategically narrated, and the clip of Jack asleep after, where he actually was unconscious or asleep, was after we had just made out. These two clips look terrible edited together, but that is the point. They are edited together. One more point. If Jack was being sexually assaulted in this moment, James, why did you record it? James, you are Jack's twin brother. And I know that if my brother saw me being taken advantage of, he would pick up the person on top of me and beat them to shit, not film it. We both know that the reason you were filming it is because it was uncomfortable and PDA, and it was funny because Jack and I were making out in the middle of the room where other people were. Obviously, Lachlan stood up. Of course he's gonna stand up. If someone's making out right next to me, I'm gonna get uncomfortable and I'm gonna stand up. And Lachlan, you claim that you picked me up and told me to get off of Jack after this video was taken.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, so I feel weird about the whole thing again because
Yeah.
the age is young and it's crazy. This is a social media thing that I guess if social media doesn't exist, whether you can say the good, the bad, like no one ever talks about this, like in my day and age. And everything I'm about to say is based on just seeing this.
This video, yeah.
I couldn't be more on Sienna May's side. I think everything's total bullshit. They've had a million videos of them like kissing and being whatever. And even if your boyfriend or someone you think is like drunk and you're a girl and like if I'm shit faced and my girlfriend jumps on my lap, I don't give a fuck. And her point about the hand is true.
Yeah,
like,
that's
if
the
he's
one that I
passed
saw
out,
that was kind of
the
like...
hand just goes directly down.
Right. It's just, you're
And
you're a limp body.
they edited two videos together.
That just looks like a dude, like, yeah, honestly, if my friend is, if I'm sitting very close to Josh, and again, no, take aside the weird age thing, but like, he starts making out with his girlfriend, or I did, like, I'm gonna get up and leave because it's like weird. I'm right in your grill mix.
Right.
I don't, that's crazy to me. And again, I don't have all the facts.
Yeah.
But I feel pretty confidently saying I'm 100% on Sienna May's side. What is the general public on?
Is Jack
general
Wright's
public,
side.
That's crazy.
They're destroying Sienna.
She is being completely destroyed.
I think she lost like 4 million followers or something.
4 million followers, so many brand deals.
Yeah.
That
all
is
because of this.
crazy.
Remember how she was like doing the Maybellines? Like people are reaching out to her. Like it is.
That is crazy. Are people watching different shit? What world are we in? How are you on that guy's
So
side?
she just released that video, like kind of, what was that, this morning, Kareem?
By the way, she was totally the best at class presentations in every class. Let's just talk about
Yeah.
If you're not on
She's the
Sienna May's
master at
side,
presenting class projects.
you're an idiot.
Well, you're just following the cancel culture wave, and you're not even reading into the
Well, I don't
situation.
even know what you're looking at. Like, you didn't just look at the facts like we did. She's getting fucking railroaded.
This is about to be the most fucking controversial like,
thing.
I know.
podcast.
I would.
Just saying, everyone is so on Jack's. I'm not saying like they're right. I'm just saying everyone is on Jack's.
Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here. If I could have like the truth, and I would put every penny, like if I knew I was gonna get the real, not somebody's like I know she's right. Like I'm that
The
confident.
hand thing like that's the thing that kind of makes me
He
go.
went up. If you're
And then
passed
it's
out cold,
edited,
your
yeah.
hand just goes down.
Yeah.
How does your
exactly.
hand move up, go over?
No
come to
chance.
the
And
side?
they were dating like that.
No,
that
this is
she thinks that was
crazy.
her boyfriend, even if he was leading her on. And Jack's not talking, which is pissing me off. He's letting all of his friends post these videos and then not coming out like saying anything about it. Which I get it. You don't have to if you're a victim of sexual assault, because Sienna's saying that he was sexually assaulted, but by someone else, and they are posting this video and saying it was her.
Everyone's putting out like partial shit, or like their friends are getting involved. Jack's not talking, so it's like, do I believe the friends over Jack? And Jack said some different. It's like,
Mason and James only. This is from Jack Wright. Mason and James' only intention was to protect me with the truth. Well, like I agree. Against Sienna, like maybe pull the guy out. Like what? Like you're right there.
Right. Like I'm pretty sure if like.
It's like when someone films a fight, and you're like, why don't you break up the fight? You film.
If
the
my
fight.
friend's getting sexually assaulted, I'm not going to get up laughing and walk away. You're going to rip the person off.
I don't know about the prior stuff.
Right.
We're going
from
off that
what
video.
I've seen.
Yeah.
Team Sienna May on it. Easy.
And I mean, she's so confidently like, she's not staying quiet. She's not apologizing. She's like, I didn't fucking do what these people are saying I did.
Kind of putting myself. We got to make sure. 10 minutes. Like, you know, if you put yourself in her shoes and you're in a relationship that you clearly think's like a relationship.
Yeah, she thought
and
it
this
was
is how
real.
it ends. Maybe something else happened between them, but to me, this shouldn't be online to begin with.
Yeah, to begin with.
I don't like the whole like we're bringing it offline, then
And then bring it back.
we're gonna bring it back online, and then we're gonna bring it off again. It's like it seems like they're playing mental games with Sienna a little bit.
And the weight of that
off and on.
accusation, like that ruins her career.
Yeah.
And
But how can what I watched ruin?
it's.
I mean, you
kissed-
gotta
you
understand
kissed your
too.
boyfriend
You
who
gotta
was, like,
understand
drunk?
too. There are so many 10-year-olds that are their fans, right? Because they were part of the hype house, so they had even like younger fans than Sway. They had a super young audience. So it's like when they see a video like that, everyone's so like woke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone's so
I mean,
like.
the video
oh,
looks bad.
It's like
but
exactly.
I do not think the video looks bad. Maybe I'm a crazy person.
No, from that guy, like if you just see his video and not Sienna being like,
No, if I saw that
Dude,
video,
people don't make their own opinions though. You
Yeah,
gotta understand that. Like these younger kids, when they see a video, they're just gonna be like, oh, that's real because they feel bad or they feel like, oh, that's a bad thing to do, so I gotta like hate on that person.
get that. That's like if the two people don't know each other, if like that's a random and a guy
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
party or some shit.
right?
Right,
And it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
random.
yeah.
But if it's a perceived boyfriend, like if you showed me that video and it was these two people,
It's a
I would
couple.
be like, where's the video? Like what video are we talking
yeah,
about? What
like if that
happened?
was you and Savannah, it's
Yeah,
just like
right. Anybody.
Yeah, exactly. But people don't make their own opinions now, and people don't want to
Yeah.
listen to Sienna's side.
Interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's weird. And it's also like,
Like I'm comfortable. I know you guys are saying it's gonna be controversial. Like this is a take where I'm like comfortable, like standing.
No,
behind.
it's definitely going to be controversial, but I 100% agree. I think people are just trying to get her canceled and just
Crazy.
making shit up.
yeah. I mean, and she hasn't even tried to go after, like, I mean, she could have taken this and went like pretty malicious and been like, well, I'm 17, you're 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Right?
16 at the time, so.
Like, she could have kind of, there's no like Romeo and Juliet law in LA. So even if he was 17, she was 16 when they started.
Smart that you're very aware of those laws.
Gotta be.
On top of it.
Got to be. But yeah,
So that's the whole Sienna shit.
that's
Interesting.
crazy.
I mean, I'm excited to get out on that. That's something like sometimes I'm like, I don't know what. That I'm pretty confident. Addison Rae calls out Bryce Hall. This New Day, same story, I guess. Addison Rae is upset with Sway Life episode featuring Bryce being upset about Addison and Jack Harlow, although Bryce was hanging out with other people when they were broken up. Are they dating, Addison and Harlow?
No.
Nah, they had like I think there was some little fling going on or something
Yeah.
when they were at the like celebrity basketball
Trailer fight
match.
thing.
We were
Yeah.
supposed to have him at the Indy 500. He was scheduled, and then his DJ was accused of killing somebody in the Kentucky Derby, so he couldn't do it.
That's
For
wild.
real.
That's
yeah,
wild.
and it's like I think the second time he's another in a person of interest, but he's from Louisville. Yeah, he was like just about ready to be booked. There's gonna be the three of them, and he
Had to go face some murder charges.
Yeah, not him, but he was there.
No, no.
Somebody, the part that's not in dispute, somebody was murdered at a club he was at the night before the Kentucky Derby, and his DJ was accused of it, whether he did it or not. But that actually happened. Like he skipped out on all his Derby Day shit, all of that.
Gosh. So what's the video? What's the video of Bryce talking about Addison? 'Cause I don't think I've seen this.
Yeah, I never saw what he had to say actually about Addison. But it's kind of crazy for Addison to comment. She doesn't comment on a lot of stuff.
I get told about the situation with her and another guy. Hits me right in the chest. I'm like shocked. And then figured out maybe that's why she went to Atlanta a week early. And I'm like, oh my God, I feel so stupid. I was having a great time, right? Like, I was working things out, and then, like, the very last night, at probably 4 a.m., I found out.
Yeah, I know your Twitter kind of a...
Oh, dude, I tweeted those things out of pure anger. I was not thinking in the slightest. I cannot believe that, like, actually happened to me.
Did you have a phone call with
Jack?
Jack?
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, no, we talked on the phone.
Did he know?
No, he didn't know.
So you both had no idea?
No, we had no idea.
Yeah. We didn't really want to talk
I was under the impressions that, like...
You guys are getting back together again?
Yeah.
Yo, they really throw in the sad music to
Yeah,
get
what
you
the
feeling,
fuck?
Yeah, and you
fuck
used to be in the show. Like, I'm convinced. Well, let me put. I think Bryce is just the show. Whatever he's fighting, whatever moves ticket, whatever, put asses in the seats. I don't think he cares. I think Addison cares, based on when I talked to her that one time.
Well, she never.
Bryce. So like, I don't want to out Bryce or anything, but he called me when he was at that Atlanta event, and he was talking because I think I saw some picture of like him or Addison together again, and I might have texted him like,
There was
"Yo,
a
are
video
you guys,
of them together,
You guys
yeah.
back?
Yeah.
And he called me and he was like, dude, yeah, we've been hanging out every night. Like, I think we're gonna get back together again. Like, we've been hanging out at this event, blah, blah, blah. So then, when he saw the stuff of her and Jack Harlow, it was like, oh shit.
A dagger.
It was a little bit like she's been playing both of us a little bit.
Yeah.
I like, that's just what I heard. That's what Bryce told me, so.
It's one of those things, like, I think he's doing his thing. So, and you always look at relationships for sure through, like, your own eyes. And it's like, well, she's doing that. But when you look at what you're doing, I mean, based when he came on here, you know, he wasn't exactly saying he was like a saint.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
yeah, I think
and
he was
she never spoke up. Like, so many cheating allegations. She had the decency not to talk about it. Then he gets on there and paints her as a bad guy. Kind of fucked up, in my opinion. Double standards is true.
What did Addison say to this video?
She was just like, seems very one-sided, the truth, ? Then tweeted double standards.
And once you've cheated or done anything with each other, and we get the comment here, like, Addison liked this comment.
Yeah.
Watch him on
That says,
BFFs.
yeah.
He's been hooking up with Jowsey. Every proof that he has deleted right away. And even that, like, you know, you guys know me. It's like, we didn't bring that up. I didn't even know.
He brought that up.
Yeah, like, he brought that up to us. Like, so it wasn't like he was hiding it, you know.
No, but they weren't together at the time either.
No, I just think there's.
It's like
There's two sides, and then he only got to tell
It's hard
his side.
once the cat is out of the. That's an analogy. It's not gonna play. The horse is out of the barn. The horse is out of the barn. You know, to get back together with these two people who are so famous, and she's got people throwing her, guys, whatever, want to date her. He's obviously superstar, college, all this shit. So it's just hard.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be on our pod, right? We have her booked for. Yeah.
Well, I guess we can ask her about it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, the big guest. She'll be another huge guest.
Yep.
For sure.
Who is this?
She was spotted out in London with this guy, supposedly.
Ruben Loftus.
Yeah.
Ooh, Chelsea football. That's a soccer player. Yikes. Major upgrade.
So I'm saying, look at this
And
dude.
that's not a down.
Is a soccer player an upgrade though?
But just look at him.
Are you kidding me?
Soccer
I'm not
money?
a soccer guy.
A European soccer guy.
Oh, she is gonna be loaded now.
With her money, his money,
That may be
boom.
the dumbest thing we've ever heard.
I don't like
European soccer. They're like the biggest stars in the world. They
Yeah.
date the best women. They're the biggest stars.
Oh, I'm not
David
saying.
Beckham.
I'm just not a soccer guy.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not. Look at David Beckham's wife. I know they all date superstars, dog. Like
these superstar soccer players, like you can be walking down your street with a girlfriend, they're just like point with me, and you're like, all right, see, I'll move
You
on
let
to the
them
next
take
thing.
it. Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
that can't be true.
Oh, it's
Who
true.
do you think would be the most, like if you had a girlfriend that you loved and it's like, all right, I'm putting in a room with this class of people, like hockey players, soccer players,
Right.
rappers, like
Right.
what would be the group that you pick? I don't want them
The
that.
scariest, probably.
Well, that you're like, oh, she may like, this is not who I want her to meet. Make you like the most insecure.
Probably like
It's got to be the athletes of
NBA guys,
Maybe NBA guys.
European soccer, I think.
I would say like NBA guys.
I think European soccer, they got the accents that they're doing stuff.
That's true.
Look at this guy.
They do
Look
have
at
the
that
little,
guy.
They have the little British accent.
They're doing
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
so fucking
They
huge.
do have that.
Yeah.
Damn. Wow. Sorry,
Good for
guys.
Addison. Good for Addison.
He's on loan. He's not actually on Chelsea anymore because he can't make their roster.
All right, so you get a little.
Okay.
His Instagram career.
Okay.
So maybe
That
So
gives
it's
you
not
a
all the
little hope.
hype?
Be like, dude, you suck.
right.
All right. Yeah.
Bryce is just trying to talk shit on his soccer.
Wait,
skills.
but he
He's
has
like, "Ah, you
1.5
ain't good."
million followers.
Yeah.
Like big soccer stars have hundreds of like.
Yeah, but that's still, I mean, a lot of followers for
For a
guys not
soccer
on the
player.
team.
Yeah.
He's on another English club. They loaned him out.
Like, I mean, if you go look at the Italian soccer team, they're a problem. Like, I mean, every
Force to
fucking
be
one of them
reckoned
look
with.
like
Yeah.
male models with it's
That,
crazy.
you know what? I will admit that soccer players tend to be pretty.
They're
They
pretty
do.
boys.
They
They're
are
pretty
pretty
boys.
boys.
Yeah, because they're like Euros.
Yeah, and they're like flopping all over the field and shit.
Addison Ray wants to get
get hit.
married in the next year. Good luck with that. That's not happening.
Right? That's a
Why
bold.
not?
That's a bold
She's
statement.
not dating him.
I mean, I'm sure someone could propose to her any day.
And she just say yes for the hell
She's
of
gonna
it.
say yes.
I mean,
How
she
old
wants
is,
to.
How old is Addison?
19, 20,
20.
That's what are we talking about here? She's not
20.
getting married.
Yeah.
She's gonna get married at 21. That's pretty young. I feel like.
It is pretty young.
Telling Hailey Bieber like, do we have to watch the video or it just is what it is? What was she talking to Hailey Bieber for?
Yeah,
Just
is this like
friends?
a live stream? or-
YouTube collab.
Want to get married? That's like. what
That
are
is
you talking
crazy to throw out there as a 20-year-old.
about? How old are you?
21.
Do you have like I gotta be married by like
No.
30 or else
No.
I'm fucking my kids are not happening and my life sucks?
No.
Okay. Good for you. Okay, we got a new sponsor. Takis. That's how you pronounce these, right?
Yeah.
Takis Fuego, Takis Blue Heat, rolled tortilla chips as hot as the BFFs podcast. You guys both are like, these are fire, and I mean like fire, they light up your mouth. Takis Blue Heat chips come in hot chili pepper flavor. Takis Fuego come in both hot chili pepper and lime flavor. The rolled form of the chip creates a distinctive crunch, and the powder coating delivers the intense one-of-a-kind flavors they meant for you. Find Takis on Amazon today and face the intensities. Now, you're like great at this on social media. I'll throw these out too. If you have Takis and you tweet at us with like the BFFs, we'll throw you some retweets and get you going. So get the Takis,
One
listen
of
to
like
BFFs.
my favorite chips. I used to muck bags of this, like on
How many can you
addicting.
eat? Those,
I mean,
yeah,
I used to be
these
able to
are
eat a
fire.
whole bag, but like now it's kind of like I feel like my spice tolerance has gone down.
New look, same intensity. I love that.
Blue
So
ones
get
are
them.
pretty sick. Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually have had I like the way that they're curled. Like,
Yeah, the crunches.
Yep. Cool. All right, back to the pod. So if you get them, show them to us so we can be, look, we're killing it for the ads.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Logan Paul, man of the hour, obviously.
Yeah.
Sunday in a world that makes no sense.
No sense.
You're fighting Floyd
Simulation.
Mayweather.
Weird.
The guy, a true early pioneer internet guy fighting, arguably the greatest boxer of all time
Boxing
in an
legend.
event that I think if somebody told you 4 years ago, hey, Logan Paul is going to be fighting Floyd Mayweather, like main event pay-per-view,
You'd probably
be
laugh
like,
at him.
laugh.
Yeah.
You'd be like, put that guy in jail. Like, it just is something.
He's up to something.
The world has
Lunatic.
changed so
They
fast.
don't know what they're
Get him
talking
outta
about.
here.
Yeah.
And you are, I think most people and I would agree, you're in a no-lose situation because he's. Remember when we talked about this the first time on your
won,
podcast?
Dave. I won, Dave.
Yeah, you're here.
Floyd
already won.
Mayweather.
Right.
I already won, yeah. It's crazy, incomprehensible, honestly, but, what an opportunity. Like, what an opportunity. You came on my podcast, you said...
I remember what I said.
You said I wouldn't land a punch.
What I said was, I would bet if Floyd was as motivated as he could possibly, and this is no disrespect to you, it's
No, I
more
get it.
respect to him.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know that you could land one punch. I'd bet my entire thing. It was grumblings. I don't know that I don't know what I'm excited to see it.
He's motivated. I'll tell you, he's motivated. His training partners are saying that he's training harder than he did for Canelo, harder than he did for McGregor. Like, he cares. I think
How could he?
Because he
You're
doesn't
my
wanna look
guy, but how can
stupid.
he train harder than Canelo?
Right.
I mean, that's
dude, I got a text last night, 1:30 a.m. They're like, "Yo, just drove past Floyd and his boys running down the street in Vegas. Like, he's flying back and forth on his jet, and he trains late, he trains hard, and like, he wants to be nonchalant about it, but he's not. Like, he cares because he realized, you get caught by the YouTuber.
That's it.
You're fucked.
done.
His
Your
whole,
legacy
his
is
whole
fucked.
record, everything is like.
You'd be an idiot, yeah.
He made the phrase. He said the phrase, and I don't know because I don't box, so I don't know if it's like catching a fly ball in center field is that automatic. He said he described it as legalized highway robbery, and that's what he said. Now he has all, because like what you said, if you catch him, you hurt him,
he's done.
It's game over, yeah.
And I actually said something. Everyone knows we get along, we work together. I love boxing so much. It's like if you go knock him out or do something, it's like, I think my world just crumbled. Right. It's like everything I believe.
It's why I was actually excited when I found out there were no judges, because I felt like if it did go 8 rounds, and even if, hypothetically, let's say, I clearly beat him on points, I felt like if it had gone to the judges, they'd give it to Floyd just to protect the sanctity of the sport.
The sanctity of the sport is on the line.
That's what
100%.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, Floyd is representing boxing.
Correct.
And if this fucking YouTuber, has a podcast, collects Pokemon cards, and works really hard, like that's the secret. All you got to do is work hard.
Right. And you're the
and
best.
You could be the best.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's a bit of a cheat code. So there's a lot on the line here for the sport.
Yeah. It's all on him. Now, again, I'm not in his shoes. I'd be very curious. After you're done, you're gonna have a perspective that it's like landing on the moon. So few people are gonna be like, he's that fast, or not. But you'll have that unique understanding of what it's like to be in with that guy.
I've thought about what that debrief is going to look like.
Yeah.
That breakdown after, because no one's really been vocal about like what it's like to be in the ring with a human of that caliber.
Right.
But all I do is speak to the masses, an audience, and so I'm going to tell you exactly what it was like. So yeah, this whole thing is just so exciting. It's such like a unique opportunity. Just like glad to be a part of it.
I get the vibe on him that he hates Jake, and we'll get into Jake in a second, and he kind of respects you. I think he respects, he's a showman sort of at heart. I'm not saying respects the boxing, he respects, I've heard him say things that make you think he respects his business and knows it's not easy to sell fights.
Do you know that is generally the sentiment of most people?
That you get right there, or how they think about the Pauls, or just...
Just you.
How you think about the Pauls?
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, like, I think KSI is the same way. Like Jake prods, he pokes.
So let's
He's a
talk
shit
about
stirrer.
that.
Because that's his thing. The problem child, even just like I walked in the house, I heard about what just happened today.
We're about to get into that.
So listen, you know me well. I don't know a lot of these people. So we sit down, we have somebody on the couch, and the next one's coming in. We're all here, so we're getting it. And then it's like, oh, they have beef. It's like they know each other. So Austin McBroom was here, and Jake was here. They go out in a thing, out front, they're jaw to jaw. I can't tell if they're doing it as a work, for video, real, I can't tell.
Jake was pissed at Austin because Austin was with
Woodley.
Was with Woodley this for like 5 minutes or something like that. Yeah.
So Jake apparently was friends with McBroom. They was very mad about it.
Yeah, very heated.
And went at Austin's family a little bit. So they're having a word, separates, end of story. We're still like, is this WWF? Is this real? What's going on?
Yeah.
They come back an hour later.
Austin does after the podcast. We're done filming with him. Okay. Jake's been
whole
gone.
Team walks
Austin
back
comes.
And you've heard this
team
part,
walks
right?
back in.
He stabbed his tires.
Slash the
Lamborghini
tires.
tires.
Slash
Like, what
2
the
different
fuck?
Lambo tires.
Slash the tires.
I might have to fuck him up real fast. What's up? Come on, bro. Come on with what, bro? And you made me mad, bro. And you made me mad.
Well, you take it there with the family shit, though. You know better. Of course. Just like everybody else.
Of course.
Why would you do that shit?
You want to start? I'm gonna finish it.
I thought we was boys.
Me
If
too.
we're not boys, then for sure, then we can run it up after my shit. After I knock Bryce out, you coming up next.
Get the security out here. We can run it right now.
Yeah, just run it then.
Yeah, let's go. I'll fade him up right now.
All the cameras, it's cool.
Wait. Jake popped your guys' tires?
What the?
Which car did they pop them up? 2 Lambo tires. That's wild.
I may be getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, for real. On 2 tires on each car, actually.
2 tires in each car,
Yes.
huh? 4 tires total.
4 tires. Yeah.
4.
And
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I give the Pauls credit in the sense, like, you and him, I'm like, they're masterminds at like creating interest and drama. Like, are they fighting?
But at what point is he just a petty criminal?
Yeah,
that's what he was saying.
He's
He's wearing the black black Air Forces and everything, man. I was like, this guy is about it.
I heard he called Austin and said
he called him on the show. He didn't pick it up, but then after, I guess he called and admitted. He's like, I was just mad.
He was like, yeah,
He
sorry,
called
man.
and
I was just
apologized, but
mad.
Austin
I'm
didn't
sorry.
know.
I'm sorry. Wait. Jake called and apologized.
I
Said he
think
crossed
so.
the line.
According to Austin, and said, I'm sorry, I was
fucked
mad
up,
and
bro.
I was heated in the moment. I fucked
You
up.
know what's crazy
I
to
slashed
me
her tires.
as his brother is I'd like to think like I know him pretty well. That's what I'd like to believe. But that like rage that he can't control is something that is still, as his brother, so unfamiliar to me.
I was stunned that he did it.
We were sitting over here just like.
I said to him in
jaws
the interview, I'm like, you're very chill, and this is a real. And then it's like 20 minutes later, you heard he slashed tires. Like, what the fuck? What happened?
It with Floyd's hat too. I said, "Why'd you do that?" And he said his answer was, "I couldn't help myself." And it was the first time, like in my adult life, where I was like, "Yo, I think my brother really may have this uncontrollable, like outrage syndrome where he just does whack
See,
shit."
I thought that was brilliant. Like I
But
thought the hat.
I thought it was too.
Yeah,
but
brilliant.
For a second, it was dangerous. Like, bro, Dave
Yeah,
being
well,
there.
it was hilarious. They ran to nowhere. It was like,
I love how he thought he was.
video.
I love how he thought he was getting somewhere. He just goes,
just
Gotcha
hits
out,
it.
turns into a sea of dudes. It just runs into a wall of people.
Yeah, it's
Where
like,
you
where did
going?
he think he was going? I loved
and maybe
it though.
that's
I loved it
Maybe
though.
I'm giving him too much credit in the sense it's like, what a fucking like marketing genius. But then it's like, he wouldn't really slash the tires. It's like they're not connected. It's like, wait a minute, is this just? Is he a wild card? Because he is somebody, even
He's a
from
wild
when
card.
met him on the first time we talked to him, like he seems like he turns it on and off cameras, and I can buy into it. But there were no cameras out there when he did
No,
that.
I was sitting here. I was sitting here
rage.
using the bedmask tool. None of this shit added up.
Yeah.
None of this shit
I was
added up.
mind blown.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, it was
Oh
crazy.
man, that's nuts.
So what do we think's going to happen Sunday? And obviously, boxers always say the best. So I mean, we got to ask though.
I don't know. I'm prepared for anything. Like, I really do think I'm gonna win. I think I'm gonna win. I think I'm gonna pull this off.
How?
That's the golden question. Because in my mind, I visualized everything. Like,
Do you know your strategy, everything going?
Yeah, but also like part of the strategy is being able to adjust on the fly, especially when you have a guy like Floyd who's going to adjust his strategy on the fly.
Yeah.
Like in the first couple rounds, like I'd be willing to bet he doesn't throw many punches. He's going to take a couple steps right, couple steps left, see how I move, react to how I punch, and like eventually he's going to start counter punching, and then I'm sure some point, like he did with Conor, he's going to switch on the offensive. And so like you got to be able to adjust on the fly, which is part of our game plan. But like I've seen it all, man. I could see it going. I could see it going all 8 rounds. I could see me getting lucky with the shot. You know, he tries to do a shoulder roll and comes up a little too short. Doesn't move quite like he used to in the old days. Like,
Yep.
That's what I said when we were talking with
He'd
Jake.
also
I said you get one shot. That's when it starts.
He's definitely been hit,
becoming
but he's never really been in trouble ever in his career, really, for the most part.
Yeah. No, he there was a couple times. I think it was against Maidana. He got caught with a big right. There were a few times where he has been in trouble, but they don't come often. But I mean, you know, Father Time takes no prisoners. Like, he really doesn't. And like the Floyd Mayweather that everyone's talking, he's gonna beat your ass, whatever, is like not the guy that I'm fighting.
Right.
The guy.
And by the way, he was never like this brutal beat you down guy. He was a defensive genius.
Which is why I was comfortable taking this fight. If someone said, "Would you fight Mike Tyson 8 months ago?"
Right.
I don't know if I would.
Even now.
I don't know if I would.
Oh, I think now he's old. But if,
I feel like he's
But you don't want to go in
Tyson.
with like a fucking Canelo because right.
I'll never box Canelo.
Right.
I'll never box
right,
Canelo. No,
yeah.
it's stupid. But like I was comfortable because styles make fights, and Floyd is not the beat your ass, fucking knock you out fighter. He hasn't knocked anyone out in a decade, and it was Victor Ortiz on that bullshit.
Yeah, and that has been his biggest criticism is he could be boring because he's just he's so evasive, but he can make anybody miss. It's interesting. It's crazy. It's a crazy world. How did it come about?
My manager one day was in my garage and he was looking at his phone. He kind of giggled. And I was like, what's so funny? He's like, would you ever fight Floyd Mayweather? And just like everyone else when they first saw the headline, I laughed at him. I chuckled because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I thought it'd be funny. So I said, yeah, okay. And then 2 months later, he presented me with a real contract to fight Floyd Mayweather. And we've been training for 8 months for this fight, to be honest, and he kind of does the run around, and you're on his schedule. I liken it to being locked into a roller coaster and kind of just being ready.
That has to be kind of unusual for you.
It sucks. I'm not in control at all.
So we did I didn't do it, but we did the Corp. It was a podcast we did. Dan did a Big Cat, and A-Rod was his partner, and like they go get Kobe, and I've never seen Dan on anybody else's schedule like that. And it's unusual when you have to. It's like, hey, you're gonna be in LA in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Like, okay.
Yeah. It's the old adage, like there's levels to the shit.
Right.
Like, and Floyd is he's at the top. You know, he makes a lot of money. It's on his dime. It's on his schedule, and he does make a lot of money. I saw some of the ads he's been doing. I don't know if you guys watch like Floyd stuff, but this guy, I swear to God, is the biggest whore for money I've ever seen in my life, bro. McGregor just posted him this morning. He's doing like a commercial for Windows in the UK. Like
in the UK?
Bro, he has like a gel pellet gun that he's promoting.
I've heard so many things.
What the fuck is going on?
I've heard he's definitely made a lot, and I've heard he spent a lot.
Yeah,
so
I heard he's blown
who knows?
through so much
Well,
money.
you know, the paycheck from this fight should keep him alive for another year or so.
What's your future after this? And I guess maybe it could depend, but clearly, like Jake has gone prior to this, like a much more serious boxing route. I would say he's a boxer at this point. I don't think of that. I think this is like one of the things you're going. You go back.
I've had one professional fight.
Right,
you know
correct. So
I've
is
only had
this
2 fights? Floyd Mayweather is my second opponent.
Right, which is not
crazy.
Who's the first one? The first one was who?
KSI.
Yeah, so it's a step up.
A little bit, I'd say. Going from a
YouTuber
Step up.
to Floyd. So is this like
mind-boggling.
you're gonna fight this? Obviously, something crazy, whatever. But the plan just go back to kind of the things you normally do.
No. I love boxing, and I'm good at it. And I can like comfortably say that, like I'm good at it. I think it'd be silly to drop it. I love it. I'm good at it. Makes money.
You've already fought the best.
It only gets easier.
Yeah.
Right.
There's one.
So if you win this, where do you go after that?
Oh, then he's.
I mean, you go down in history first of all. Like no one's ever gonna forget the name Logan Paul.
South of France and
win.
like
make so much fucking
party
money.
in Cannes,
The next fight. What the two things I said to Jake when we had him, I've said this from the beginning. I think he's eventually. I love the opponents they pick for him. I think they're genius. I think he's eventually going to fight Conor. The only thing I wouldn't put it past you guys is a little WWF where you and him turn on each other and
you guys have a little boxing match.
we've talked about it. It's dangerous.
You've had that, and I don't know if it was real. It was kind of before I knew you.
It was real.
But yeah, you guys have had the
Do you
beef
remember
before.
it?
Bro, I was watching the whole entire thing.
It was
that
when
was
Jake and I
crazy.
beefed online, like all of it was real, which is
I mean, it was like I was in like freshman year probably at
Yeah,
this time.
yeah.
Like I was younger. Every day you go to high school, it's like that's what the kids would talk about in
Yeah.
high school. It
No,
was
I
like, yo,
remember
what's
it.
going on with Logan
But-
and Alyssa and Jake and
No,
whatever.
Alyssa.
Yeah,
it was
diss tracks.
bad,
and
dude. It was
What's
bad.
changed? Well, I shouldn't say it's changed. Like we obviously he's with us in Penn and stuff, and it's viewed like, and that would always be a decision. You've almost gone to you're doing the boxing, but a business. You get in with him, you're gonna go. Everything's coming out again because, like you said, he doesn't apparently have any boundaries. So if you set up the brother versus brother,
he's gonna maybe
that's a
go.
recipe
who
for
knows
disaster.
where it's like I've almost like what you're saying, the elevated sense of like where you're at in your life. I don't know. But
it's why that feud that we had the first time got as real as it did because like it started off kind of as a friendly competition. Then he dug a little deeper than he should have, and he knew it. And the same called me and apologized. I was like, "It's too late, fam. Like
Yeah,
now
right.
I got to make my mark." Made a diss track. He made one, and then we just started going back and forth and got to a really, really nasty place because he'll do something stupid. I'll capitalize on it in a smart way that like rallies more people, and then it's just this like war back and forth.
That's why
can't
that would
stop.
be the biggest probably risk on your end because if he's promoting a fight.
I think he'll go to any.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Apparently,
Yeah.
he just slashed the guy's tires. He's not fighting.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah, so
what are
who
you
fucking
gonna do?
knows?
What are you
Well,
gonna
I'm
do?
excited. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna be in the
it's
locker
crazy.
room. I haven't met the guy I'm gonna be in there with.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah. Okay, cool.
So.
Yeah, it's
all
gonna
right.
be tight, bro. We're gonna be focused in there. We'll
I'm
have
sure.
we'll have meditation music on, just chilling. Like, I've been just conserving energy. Like,
Yeah, you just done. Is this it? Is this the?
I have one more thing today with Aiden Ross.
Yep.
And then
Love that guy.
Yeah. And then chilling. Weigh in tomorrow, make weight, and then get it done, dude. Yeah, Sunday's gonna be crazy.
Nerves?
Crazy. No nerves
Because there's nothing to lose.
yet.
Okay.
They'll come. They'll
Yeah.
come. But like, I always try to be honest with myself. Like, is this affecting me? How do I feel in this scenario? Like, what am I made of? No nerves. Like, even when I was looking at Floyd, I was like, nothing. Like, my heart, same pace. But I imagine it'll happen in the first 5 to 10 seconds of the match. I'll be like,
we're coming out.
This
right?
is real. This is real life.
Yeah.
Not even in the walkout.
Really?
No.
Maybe
I like that energy. I like the
How big's your entourage?
The crowd. Not big. We're skinny, man. Like we run a tight
Not like
ship.
your brother.
No, I know. Yeah,
He runs with goons. He has
he
everyone with him.
he has to. He
Yeah.
has to. When you go around like slashing tires, like you're pissing people off.
Yeah.
How many people can you piss off before
someone
the
tries to
Irish
slump
mob
you?
is after you because you went after McGregor? Like now you pissed off Mayweather and his boys. Now you got Austin and his goons. Like
Yeah, he
He's
came
a
on here
target.
saying that Mayweather was putting a hit out for him and everything.
like factual,
A real
bro.
one,
Facts,
yeah.
factual.
like a real hit. Wow.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, he's.
What are you gonna do?
I guess keep
Bro,
slashing
I
people's
already know what's
tires.
gonna happen. Like they're gonna fucking break my arms because they think I'm gay. No, I got no tattoos.
This other guy, you got the wrong one.
It was nuts because he was so calm, and then we hear whatever. It's a world. The whole even us being in this is like not my world. It's like what is going on? But it's crazy. 2 weeks
fun
of
to
fights.
watch.
This obviously a huge one, and then you got the TikTok, YouTube. It's just.
Are you going to that?
I am
This is your house, right?
rented.
Okay.
No, my house isn't ready yet. I actually, weirdly enough, so I got this house. You know who they told me they turned down? Your brother. They're like, they looked at it like, no chance we're gonna rent this house.
No fucking way.
And by the way, I was like, you're right. Like, you're much better off with me sitting here by myself than his crew. Yeah.
Not much can go wrong like this.
Yeah.
This is calm.
Unless he's here.
Which it almost did. Which
We've had
he
the one
almost
problem.
did.
He
The
was
one
here.
problem.
So, all right, man. Good luck.
menace.
Thanks for doing it.
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you.
course.
And just buy the pay-per-views. Pay-per-views right up to the fight, right?
Yeah. Showtime, Famio, or any cable provider. I think. I don't know. They didn't give me many CTAs, man. I'm poor at this.
Nuts.
By the
Nuts.
fight, it'll be on TV.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
All right, it's been a crazy year for everyone. I feel like everyone's kind of freaking out. There's a lot of stuff going on, and sometimes you just need to talk to someone. Sometimes you want to, get some stuff off your chest, but therapy is a weird kind of thing. You don't want to go in person. It's expensive, but that's why we have BetterHelp. BetterHelp is it's an online virtual therapy. It's custom to you. You can do video chat. You can you don't even have to turn your camera on if you don't want to. So if you're uncomfortable with therapy, you don't really want to go in person, BetterHelp is the way to go. I'd rather do that than go and sit in a chair.
Maybe you're having a bad hair day. You don't want to put the camera on.
You can talk to them about anything that you
Yeah,
want.
this is kind of our therapy thing here. So
Yeah.
everyone has
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So if you guys want to check out BetterHelp, this podcast is sponsored by it. Our listeners get 10% off of their first month at betterhelp.com/BFF. So
Beauty.
if you need some help, check it out, betterhelp.com.
All right, moving along here. This guy, you haven't seen this, Jeff Wittek.
No, I haven't seen this. But
Enemy of the state. And again, as we revisit the back story on this, he was part of David Dobrik's crew. He got thrown off an excavator, busted his face open. I hadn't heard of him. We talked about it like we talk about everything. We had no inside knowledge. It's like, oh, and then he's doing a documentary, and I think we're like, or me or whoever's like, he's milking it. It's
Yeah,
like,
it looked
Yeah,
like
he was really mad. I said
But-
juicing it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone would say he wasn't hurt, but
No, like milking the situation,
Correct.
like
Right,
dragging it
right.
out.
so we said it. We didn't think much of it. He took exception to it. Called Josh,
Did call me.
and I don't. It sounded confrontational.
He
not
tried. He
happy.
tried to play a little bit of like the big dick game. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to mess with me, and I was just like.
But it was
Man,
all off camera
like,
too.
don't-
So
yeah, it was all off camera.
so
I
he
mean,
was
my
actually
friends, my
mad.
friends over there were beside me the whole time, and I was just kind of like, dude, like, I'm not gonna play this game where it's like you're gonna threaten
Yeah.
me and stuff. Like, if you want to come on the podcast and air out your shit,
We'd
come on and
lo-
air it out.
I was gonna say he'd be perfect.
We'd love to have him on the podcast. In my other podcast that I do with Eddie, the Dave Portnoy Show, and Eddie knows me really well. He actually. Let's roll the clip. Let's show what he did.
Said it wasn't.
I mean, whatever. You could use either take. Let the editors decide. Can I?
I keep hitting.
Yeah. I guess
No.
There we go. That's it. Oh, it looks like there was something underneath there.
So a bunch of people sent me that. I hadn't seen the comments before. And what I was saying, Eddie, who I do the Dave Portnoy show with, is more insider, and he knows me pretty well. So he brought this up, and he's like, I researched him. He's like, I think you guys will get along. He's like, I think he's
Jeff's cool, yeah.
He's like, he has a dry sense of humor. I think he's almost like making jokes. And I don't know about he was clearly mad because he called you
he was
off.
clearly mad, yeah.
So that paints it. I don't know if he even knew who I was, and maybe he's done the same thing. Be like, we kind of, like, that's what Eddie's saying. He's like, you guys kind of have similar
personalities.
No, but yeah, I was on the phone with him and I was like, dude, like, if this is something that's like, because he was saying how he was like mentally affected by it and everything, and I was like, if this is something that you're actually like dealing with mental health, like, we're not trying to hurt anyone on the pod. Like, come on and we'll talk about it.
It was just a
But,
headline,
like,
so we talked
yeah,
about it.
and then I was like, we're not trying to hurt. And then he's like, well, then I'll just have a problem with Dave. And I was like,
so, but he
well,
never,
you don't want that either,
he
man.
never called. I don't know who like. I don't know.
I think he just said like, what did he do? He said if something happens to Dave, it
Yeah,
wasn't
but that was
wasn't
clearly
me.
like a joke, and even he went back and
He's gonna
forth.
send a hit on you?
Yeah, like I don't know. He could just be being funny. I don't.
Yeah, I think it's jokes. I think it's funny.
I mean, but then you measure it with he was clearly mad because he didn't do that for content. Like he didn't call you
He
for
also
content.
talks about it on his podcast, and he was very upset about it too.
Still.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's something where I don't get it because I would never get that mad. So when Eddie's like, you guys would be friends, I'd never get that mad about something. Like, yeah, it sucks you got injured, but if I watched the context of how we talked about it, there was no like, fuck it. We didn't
I think
know
it was
who
the
he
milking comment. I think it was that. But we didn't mean he was milking the injury. It meant he was milking the situation.
And by the way, if I break my face and I can milk it for content,
money?
I would.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I would do it,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying I would choose to break my face. But if my face got broken, it's like, all right, what am I going to do with my broken face now? Make the best
Probably
of it.
make some money.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. I'm not gonna. It didn't really bother me that I don't know him. So if someone I don't know like takes shots at me, I don't care. That's why I'm surprised he got that mad. It's like I don't know this guy, so who cares? But maybe we would be friends.
Maybe
Lana Rose is pregnant.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody knows, right?
Weird timing, considering she was staying at your house like 3 weeks ago.
Facts.
Slept over a couple nights.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty crazy, Dave.
Yeah.
Yep. Silvana as well slept over, so it's like not.
Way to lay that one out just for the protection.
Yeah.
Nice.
Make that very clear.
Yep.
I am not the father. I have never.
Little Murray show action or whatever.
Yep. No.
I am not the father.
Not only not the father, I've never like done any kiss, nothing. So let's throw that out.
Put it out there.
Who is the father? When do you know?
I
don't
that's the
know.
question, right?
Well,
Was she pregnant when she did the podcast?
That's what
Must
we were
have been.
saying, but she was.
Must have been. I don't know.
I feel
Well, maybe
like
she was and she didn't know yet.
Yeah, I feel like she was pregnant and didn't know she was pregnant.
Gotcha.
But also, I'm sure she knows who the father is.
You would think.
You would hope.
I think she knows who the father is. She's probably just not saying it.
So Mike, her ex, I saw
Tweets
him be
out.
like, "I gotta get a Maury,"
Yeah.
which reminds me of the all-time top like 10 YouTube clips of all time. I am not the father.
Right, the guy does backflips.
Yes,
Yeah.
unbelievable. But it's interesting. Yeah, and who knows? I mean, it's a big story. She's a huge star, so
Congratulations to her. She's
Right,
pregnant.
yeah. This
I'm
is the
dying to know
announcement.
who the father is.
Yeah,
I
I
really
really
wanna
I don't know
know.
why I want to know so bad, but I do. I wonder if he plays for
The basketball team?
Brooklyn.
Maybe Brooklyn Nets?
Oh, maybe, man.
It couldn't be.
That was
I don't
too
know.
quick.
I'm going to tell you something about me being a guy, and I bet Josh is maybe in the same boat. I don't understand the math or the science behind impregnation to showing to know. None of it. I don't know how long. Like if I fuck somebody, could they be pregnant tomorrow? Maybe. I don't know.
I think that's how it works.
No, but like, does it
think-
show?
No, well, they say like
I
1
think
to 2
usually
weeks
they don't
after.
just like spawn the pregnancy out of midair though.
Well, how long
you
does it
gotta,
take?
Like after.
Like how is
You
it? Like how
test.
long does it fertilize and
It's
No,
supposed
no,
to
no. Till
be
you
a
would
week
show
to
up.
like a week to pee on a stick after.
Okay, that's
So you
what I
have
was
to
saying.
wait a week then pee?
You don't have to, but I think that's like the advised thing on the pregnancy
Like
test.
if I get somebody pregnant,
Right.
and they test the next day, it's not going to show up, right? Or is it? I don't know.
I don't know either, honestly.
I've never
Bunch of
actually
idiots?
peed on a pregnancy
Yeah, I've
test
never been
before,
pregnant.
so I couldn't vouch for
I feel like
this.
that must be one of the most asked, like Google, if you
Yeah, I don't
how
think that's
long it would
stupid. I
fill.
feel like a lot of people don't know the answer.
You would have to know that because you want to know.
Right. You don't want to be putting out like false positives. And
off the railroads. Harry Jowsey may have lied about not hooking up with Tanner. I want Tanner on. I thought she was here. We gotta get her back on.
Yeah,
she's
next
an
week.
electric.
She'll come on.
Tana saying Harry had 2 birthday dinners because Tana and Francesca.
Francesca.
And Francesca?
Shit list.
Shit list.
What? Did she reply? Did you send that? Come on, Kareem.
You didn't even send the text?
Francesca agreed to come on this podcast the day before she canceled and then went on another podcast yesterday.
And the reasoning was because she didn't
want to talk publicly.
And then talks publicly.
We don't know. Maybe she didn't. But yes.
True.
Kareem was like, we have this girl. She canceled. I happen to know through like mutuals, like, wait, she's doing another podcast the night before, so she must be canceling that. No, she did that podcast, canceled on us.
Yeah, it's fine to cancel, but then you do another pod.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Come on,
it's fine to cancel, be like, fuck you guys, I don't like you guys.
Just be upfront about it.
Tell us you hate us.
Yes.
Like, if you're gonna go sleep around with other podcasts, let us know.
Correct.
Yeah,
Fuck.
can't cheat on us like that.
Yeah.
You said you actually talked to Harry.
I did talk to Harry.
Do you have his number?
I do have his number.
You should just like, put him on speaker, tell him we're on the pod and we're talking about him and see if he picks up and we can get to this.
Let's do it. Let's see here.
And if you don't want to do it, don't do it. We won't pull a sharp. I'd be like, we're in the middle of it. Harry Jowsey may have lied about not hooking up with Tana. Like, what do you say? What say you?
I think he picks up. Young Josh. What's up, Harry? So just before you say anything stupid, I'm filming a podcast right now. All right?
Oh shit.
Okay.
Can we hear him? Or
Can you guys hear? Speak, Harry.
Keep him right to you. Am I in trouble?
No, I wouldn't say you're in trouble. I would say, so here's what happened, right? At one point, before we talked yesterday, actually, we were supposed to have Francesca on this podcast, and then she canceled on us, and then she went on a different podcast to air out the shit or whatever. Anyways, obviously, we had a little conversation or whatever. We don't have to put this in. I can, like, hang up right now. We don't have to talk about it, but what is going on with her? Why is she saying, like, you cheated and shit? Do you want to deny that stuff, or do you want to not?
Harry, it's Dave. I'm looking at a headline, and I'm like, we got to call the guy. It says, Harry Jowsey may have lied about not hooking up with Tana. I don't know. I'm like, let's just fucking call him and ask him.
What do you think?
Okay, so I just think that it's, like, super sad that the relationship has got to a point where they're letting, like, rumors and emotion rule decisions and stuff like that. Like, I genuinely had and have love for her, and I think she's like such a really good person and a really good soul. I just think that there's been like a stack of miscommunication, and the relationship was kind of like already walking on eggshells when we're trying to figure it out, and it was very sensitive. And I think just like everything kind of just tipped it over a little bit. But again, like, I just want her to be happy and have peace in her heart instead of, coming at me or anything like that. And then I'm definitely not planning to come at her whatsoever. I just want mutual respect, because last time we didn't really have that for each other.
So you're denying this shit, obviously.
There's absolutely no chance that my penis would go anywhere near Tana.
That's as clear as a man can say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how much more clear.
1 million lie detector tests. All right.
Yep.
Heard it here first.
And also, like, look at Tana's taste in men. Like, I may be bad, but I'm not that bad. And if you look at my taste in women, like, it's polar opposites. I look at Tana as, like, one of the boys. She's like, she tells me when she goes to take a shit. Like, that's our type of relationship. It's disgusting,
right?
But it's best friends.
All
yeah.
right.
No, that's how I see it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate the call.
Cheers, guys. Have a good
All right, peace, man.
Where is he?
He's, I think he might be flying into Miami.
Yeah.
Today.
Oh, yeah, true.
Okay, so that clears that up. By the way,
Dick would never go close to that girl. That's a statement
very
and a half.
clear. Didn't you tell me they were back together?
They were.
Until
a couple days ago when all this shit came out. Now Tana and Francesca hate each other's guts.
Yeah.
Why does Tana hate Francesca?
Well, because Francesca's talking a lot of shit about Tana.
Yeah.
This is Tana's comment.
Why?
Because she thinks that they hooked up.
They clearly did not, unless he's the greatest liar
Tana
of all
said,
time.
would have never started drama either if she didn't have my name insanely in her mouth. Just hate to see her trying to ruin our friendship.
Okay. I gotta believe it. Or like, I don't know. I guess you never know. I
when
don't know
he came
Harry
on
that well.
last
That
time.
was pretty
But I mean,
adamant.
like, usually if you're asking a guy, like, yo, did you fuck this girl? And they did, they're kind of like,
Right, you
you
don't
know,
be like,
you got
my
that
dick
little, like,
never went near her,
little
right.
stutter or
Yeah.
whatever. And they're like, because they kind of want to flex it. It's like, yeah,
Yep,
they
100%.
don't say that.
Okay. We got a bunch of videos to react to, and then we can wrap up the show with a couple questions. So, Charlie and Dixie live. And I've seen this, and Bree, they love you. They don't know what to think of me and Josh.
Right. Yeah,
They love
I don't know
you.
if they're team you guys, but they're definitely team Brie.
Yes.
So we gotta get them on.
Should Charlie come on the VFFs podcast?
No, I think I'd have like a full mental breakdown.
I think you should do it.
I like hate. Like,
But the thing is, Charlie,
people asking
I
me
think
things, I get so nervous.
I think Charlie would get carried away. I think he would have too much fun.
I would either
getting
not,
into subjects,
not say anything or say literally everything.
I think you would have way too much fun getting into subjects and just say everything, and they'll love it. But
I will then regret it. So I'm not gonna do that.
We
or if I
can't.
do, I'm going to. I want to ask them questions. Can I interview them? They can post it on their podcast.
they said we are not a drama podcast.
Who said that, us?
Shut up. Yes, you are.
Yes, sir.
They can. We talk about TikTok, but
Yeah.
if they want to ask us questions, knock them
Charlie
out.
could come on and be the
We'll
interviewer.
fucking jump on a plane tomorrow. If we get them to LA, whatever, we'll get them on. And you're the one who has to do it. They like you.
Okay,
Yep.
I'll try. I'll see what I can do.
All right. Dixie wants to be the fourth host. Is that the same thing?
Dixie was like, I want to be the fourth BFF.
More
Done.
than welcome.
Done.
We'll do that in 2 seconds. Again, page views, page views, page views. So she wants to do that.
Bring 'em in, Dix.
Those are all, whatever they want, those two sisters,
They
to
get.
be involved. Let's do it. Seriously.
Bow down to the queens.
Okay, videos to react to. Josh's singy for the summer. I don't know.
How many times have you reacted to this video?
Is this going to be you?
Is it different?
Is this me still? All right, this is a TikTok with no audio, I guess. Yeah, we just
We out here. Let me have access back to my TikTok.
yeah, that's my phone now. Oh, great video.
Where is that from?
That was at the Indy 500.
Is that the random party you ended up at?
No, we were staying at a friend's house. Shout out Matt and Emily. But we were staying there, and just like they had a bunch of people over. We did the beer Olympics.
How often
Pretty
do you
sweet.
get asked for like that type of stuff? You know,
when I was there,
just in general, like I don't know, like TikToks. Yeah, I mean, you're in such a thing where everyone wants to do the TikToks.
Yeah.
That must
it's like when I was there, it was pretty like it was a lot just because people would be like, oh, FaceTime my friend
right,
or
yeah,
like
yeah,
FaceTime
right,
this
right.
friend or
Yeah,
FaceTime
yeah.
this friend, and it's like I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna be that dickhead,
Yeah.
right? So it's like I will say yes, and then they'll be like, oh, okay, I can ask again. So
Yeah.
then they come with like
They
their
get-
cousin
yeah.
and their grandma, and then it's like their neighbor's dog is on the phone with me. It's just like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's hard.
But it's like I don't want to be a dick and ever say no or anything like that. But no, we were doing beer Olympics. That guy in the back, pink sweater, by the way, blacked the fuck out.
Right there?
In this video, he was blacked the fuck out.
I also, it's like I get asked, not all the time, it's decent. I've never done it, like, and I feel bad because it's very unique. Like young girls will be like, "Will you FaceTime Josh?" Like, no. Like,
I get
feel like
every
an
time I go
asshole.
out, "Will you send
Because
me
it's
to
literally like
Josh?"
an 8-year-old girl, but I'm like, no. Like I feel like a dick doing that.
Yeah,
You gotta say no to a little girl.
Like, but how do you say yes? I don't want like, hey, Josh, this
I know.
rando girl.
I
Like,
know.
I don't know. I just don't
It's an
do
awkward
it.
position to be
No,
put in.
yeah, people there were like, you should call Dave, and I was like, yeah, I probably won't.
Yeah, that's what I do that call.
It's like, I probably won't call.
I say to that. The only other thing I say no to is when guys and girls want me to say rush this frat or rush this sorority. I won't do it. I
Yeah,
never
because you
do.
don't know what that frat's gotten into or
And
anything
on
like
that, they just
That's
use
smart.
it as like promo, and it's like I'm not.
Because people
endorsing.
be starting to ask me to do that all the time.
Yeah.
They always be like, say rush this or rush that.
I never do that.
And I usually just make fun of the frat in the video.
That video is the fried chicken. This from Sylvie.
Oh no shit! I didn't
Yeah.
even recognize her.
You ate her hair?
No, I ate a different girl's hair.
She was
She's
very
not in
good.
that
She's
video.
very good at marketing.
Sister's hair.
Oh, okay.
Is that true?
Huh, ate her sister's hair.
Dave only likes brunettes. I don't know what this is.
Is this true? Is that a true statement?
No.
Okay. I would have sided with you a little bit on that.
When the sky comes falling, even the sun don't shine. I got faith in you and I, so put your pretty little hand in.
That's a wild fucking video. I wasn't expecting that shit.
Wow. She was putting on lip gloss for about fucking 30 seconds, man. She was ready to kiss.
I mean I think that you're the TikTok guy. I think that would do numbers on mine.
Oh,
that was a wild video.
Yeah,
that was,
you should
stitch that.
Yeah,
you should stitch that with what's your girlfriend's name again?
Silvana.
Just right beside her. You should.
That's too mean.
Yeah, that's mean.
What
that's
do
mean.
I do there to stitch it? I think I put Nas and gauze in my nose or something and be like, no, I like all girls. All right, I'll do that. That'll go viral. The world's worst Dave impression?
Every pizza parlor everywhere, you know? I love pizza. I host a BFF podcast with that 14-year-old Josh. Okay? Not weird at all. Fuck Roger Goodell. Go Patriots.
That was so cringe.
That was awful.
Gruden's Tinder bio. Someone made this?
Yeah.
Yeah, they DM'd him on, I guess, and asked him
Come
my
on,
snap.
that's cold.
Wow.
Poor Gruen.
Wow.
Dave
Portnoy called me the most mysterious, obnoxious human who has walked the world.
He
He's growing, man. I feel like I missed him. I haven't seen him in fucking forever.
Right? I miss him just standing on the corner.
Yeah. Miss those side comments.
Everything.
What a guy.
All right, last one. Questions. Bree, you do questions, and that's everything.
Okay. Has anyone famous slid into Josh's DMs since he was single, or has Josh slid into anyone's DMs?
Oh, I 100% have slid into people's DMs.
You're sliding in?
I don't know if anyone like famous has like DM'd me.
Who'd you slide into?
I DM'd. Who was like the one? I think it was like Vanessa Hudgens, because she asked to talk to me when I was in Miami.
How old is she?
I think she's like.
She's gonna be 30.
Yeah, 30 maybe.
So is that like
childhood
business
crush?
or like hey?
Oh,
drinks?
definitely like a
okay.
Bro, it's Vanessa.
So
Hudgens.
you'll go.
No, but
up,
I walked. We were at a dinner, and last time I was in Miami, and I walked by her, and then she sent a waiter to go grab me to bring her to her table. So I was like.
So that was like an in. I could slide in.
So you met her there?
DM her. Yeah, I said I'd do it for a second. But then Gruen was freaking out about something, so I had to leave.
Got it.
It was miscommunication. It was whatever, but definitely slid into her DM.
She's hot.
Bro, super
Vanessa
hot.
Hudgens. It's like childhood crush too. High School Musical.
100%.
Yeah. All right. Next question. When will the next merch drop be, and what will it be?
We know what it is. I don't know when it is.
Should be. I think we got to do it soon.
Yeah, it's like summer. It's like, I mean, we can say it. We don't have to show it, but it's like bathing suits,
bikinis.
Yeah,
Got a bikini,
and
boys.
bucket hats.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting to get in stock so we can ship it.
Yeah. Summer drop.
Hell yeah.
Yep. All right. So there we go. That's BFFs.
That's
great
nice.
episode. We got a bunch of great guests lined up for the next couple weeks, so we should be good.